Hi, I'm BC, an external relations advisor at Shell's Puget Sound refinery in Skagit County, Washington. One of the best parts about my job is when I have a chance to connect with our community partners to find out more about some of the biggest challenges and opportunities facing Skagit County. I've heard a lot lately about the importance of early learning and the effect it has on our kids' futures. So, join me on a journey to better understand the ins and outs of early learning.
I think one of the biggest misconceptions is that it's something that's really rigid and structured and force feeding down the kids, and it's not.
I knew what early childhood education was and that it was important, but there are so many aspects to it that I really had no idea.
None of us come into our childbearing years knowing exactly what to do. It's not just that they need to know their numbers or know their colors. They need to be able to interact with other kids.
The best way young children learn is through play, through experience. If kids are around mostly adults, they don't really learn that peer-to-peer interaction. And so when they get into kindergarten, for instance, that takes up their energy. It's figuring out how to negotiate these social systems.
How many kids are actually prepared for kindergarten here in Skagit County?
Well, that's kind of the scary part. Only 40% are ready for kindergarten. Already we know that a third of the kids who are in third grade aren't reading at grade level. And that, interestingly enough, leads right into 30% of our kids aren't graduating on time.
The best predictor of high school graduation rate is third grade reading skills. The best predictor of third grade reading skills is vocabulary at ages 2 and 3.
Why has United Way taken this on? Why early learning?
We really wanted to get at the root cause, and when we really dug down deep, we realized the best way to really solve some basic problems is to start early.
My wife taught special ed for 37 years. We would talk about kids and kids she would have in class heading in my direction as adults, and certainly that was the case. And it's just become more and more clear to me, and the research supports that as well, that if you're not reaching kids by the time they're 3, that very important birth to 3 range, you've got patterns already preset that are very hard to change. Once upon a time I was familiar with the inmates, and then it was the inmates' kids, and now it's their grandkids. And I can tell you that without interrupting that generational element of what happens in criminal behavior, we just see that generational pass from parent to child to grandchild. And so the behaviors keep repeating themselves. And so we really need to reach those kids before they're lost to us.
But why now? Why is there such a focus on early learning when this has been, sounds like an issue for a long time?
I think it's because of that return on investment. Businesses are really seeing what it's costing them to teach what we say are soft skills in the workplace. $1 in early learning equals $7 once they get into the school district. Kids that are ready for kindergarten need less and less of that remedial help. We are saving millions of dollars in school education, and we're saving those kids the heartache. We're saving their families the heartache of not being ready.
I know many employees give to United Way and are really passionate about this cause. Talk to me a little bit about that, maybe the history there.
There's been a Shell employee on our board since 1963.
Our vision matches very well with United Way vision, and in particularly, it's about early learning. So our vision is to proudly fuel life in the Pacific Northwest. And we're very lucky to be part of this community. And so to be a pacesetter refinery is all about living with the community, support our community, and be part of it, and which comes back to why giving is so important.
We employ a lot of folks from the community. We're part of the lives of the community, and I think it's important that we help give back and nourish the community. I think anybody who gives back, it's a choice they need to make, whether it's a monetary give, a time give, whatever it may be. Here at Shell, I really like the HERO program. I think it gives folks an extra boost.
Well, HERO stands for Helping Employee to Reach Out. And for the month of September, the first half of September, Shell will actually match 2 for 1. So if you give $100, Shell will pay $200 on top of it.
A place like Shell PSR that not only allows us to come in and talk to employees, and also encourages those employees to give and matches their gift, wow, that's a win for us all the way around.
If you can imagine Skagit County, a place where every kid has access to early learning, what would the county look like?
It would be an amazing thing, and I get excited about for those kids, for those families, for those teachers, because then they're not dealing with trying to catch kids up.
The Department of Early Learning for the state of Washington has a goal of 90% of kids ready to learn for kindergarten by 2020. United Way is looking at it, you know, all kids should be ready to learn.
Probably the number one barrier is identification. How do you find these kids that are out there? You know, we do a pretty good job once they hit elementary school and we start seeing them as kindergartners, as first graders.
There are so many resources right now that are available, but we know that huge numbers of the parents aren't even aware of them. That's the piece why we really want to reach out to parents.
I got a call, I think it was about a year ago. You know, can I just get a membership? I've got a family with 4 kids and they're living in their car. And this would give them a place to go and to be during the day. But I think that's what's exciting, is it just feels like there's more momentum between agencies.
Every school district in Skagit County, every public library, Head Start, Skagit Valley College, Children's Museum, we are all working together, aligning our efforts.
If you could give one final message to Shell employees as we approach this double match period for our Hero Employee Giving campaign, what would you tell them?
That all this time that they've been giving has made a real difference in people's lives, and now it's going to make even more of a difference. Now, being able to help kids and being able to help parents be the first and enduring teacher, they're changing lives. They are changing the future of Skagit County, and you're going to see that difference right away, and you're going to really see it in 20 years.
If there's one thing I've learned today, it's that achieving early learning success plays a key role in ensuring Skagit County kids across all backgrounds have the opportunity to dream big and realize their full potential. Most important, it'll take all of us working together to make that a reality.